fourth grade orchestra here on the stage. Just give them a round of applause. As you came in, there was a short little program. If you scan the QR code, if you didn't get it now, you get it on the way out. It's just kind of the order of the pieces that they're going to be playing, and then the order of the groups. So like in the fall, this group we were working on pizzicato techniques. Fifth graders. Thank you so much. Okay, we were working on pizzicato techniques a lot where we were plucking, right? This whole semester, second semester, we've been working on our bowing techniques, as you can see and as you can hear. I'm sure you've heard all the practicing at home, right? But we've been making lots and lots of improvements as we go. This year we had some students, about 8 or so of our students get to go to the DeKalb County Honor Orchestra. Next year they will have an opportunity to do that again. Some of our 5th grade students got to go to that this year. So these guys next year will have an opportunity to do that. It's an event where they get to go and they learn 3 to 4 pieces of music, like full-length pieces of music, and they spend about 5.5 hours rehearsing on a Saturday, and then they do a full performance of all that. And they get to play with people from all around the county, so it's a lot of fun. And then as they get into middle school, high school, they get to do bigger and bigger events, and where they audition, they go for cheer placements, all that kind of stuff, and helps prepare them for auditions and things like that later, for college, scholarships, all that kind of stuff. So this evening, our 4th grade group, we are going to start with, we're going to be working from their book, and we're going to be starting with number 70 in their book, is Cross Buns. So as you can hear, we're working on tone quality. One of the biggest things as they're going, we're trying to work on control. This takes a lot of fine motor skills as they're going through, and making sure that they're staying straight on their bows. So we've been working on that piece, incorporating the use of 8th notes. This next piece will do that as well. This one is entitled Claire De La Lune. So, as you can see in our book, and even with the, we're about midway or so through the book this year, which is pretty awesome with us meeting 2 days a week. When they get to middle school, they get to have this every day and move almost twice as fast. But as they're going through here, like 5th grade, we're all the way up to like 160 or so in the book. We're almost completely through book 1, which is pretty amazing. As they're progressing and going through. 4th grade is going to be working really hard. The next one is called For Pete's Sake. This one has a first inning and it has a second inning, so it's got a repeat section. It's a little bit longer, it's a little bit more focused as we go through. Here we go. So one of the things that we were working on with them, number one is always like working on steady beat, all those sorts of things, their intonation, working on their tuning. One of the things that we've been working on a little bit this year, I do most of the tuning when it comes to the instruments. And the first year, as we go through fifth graders, they know how to tune theirs pretty well. The problem comes like when they start to do that early on, what they're doing, they can easily pop strings and things like that, so we work on those. I'm going to send out some information over the summer about some tuners that we can get for the instruments and things that we're going to start using in class on a daily basis. We also got from the county this year a new set of books that we're going to be using next year that they want everybody in the county to be using, so I'm going to send information about that as well. All right, so I'm trying to throw in all my announcements as we go. All right, so our next one is entitled Michael Rowed the Boat Ashore. Same, a little bit longer, first inning, second inning, a little bit more bow control here. This is wonderful. All right, so now when they're incorporating the use of longer notes, they're half notes, right? In class, we work on whole notes and longer tones. We control the bow all the way through. I also teach band, and in band they have to learn breath control. Here they have to do bow control and staying straight as they go through. All right, so our last piece we're going to play for you, we're going to play it through 2 times. First time we're going to play it through a little bit slower. Second time we're going to play it through a little faster so they can kind of show off their technique. All right, the last one we're going to play for you this evening is by Ludwig van Beethoven. It is Ode to Joy. they warm up some things in eventually. So that's 4 of their 12 major scales, right? Which is awesome. Eventually they'll learn their minor scales, chromatics, and all that. But it helps to develop their technique and listening to every scale, because each scale is a little bit different, all different personalities. All right, so this group, this is their last evening performing as 5th graders. I know, I'm going to miss them very much. We've been working really hard these past 2 years. They've grown a lot. They're a very funny group, but they also work a ton, as you're going to hear this evening in their performance. All right, our first piece we're going to perform for you this evening is called A-Tisket, A-Tasket. So that music gets to show off a little bit of what we call a slur, where they play more than one note in the same bow direction. We've been working on doing 2 at a time, 3 at a time, eventually 4, so on and so forth, which are a little bit more advanced techniques. All right, and this one, the next one, we're incorporating the use of some 8th notes and repeat sections. This one is entitled Bingo. All right, thank you. So the next one is entitled Variations on a Familiar Theme. So this concept that we're working on here is you have the main theme, we're going to play that, and then we're going to take that another 2 times and vary it a little bit, change up the rhythms, change up the melody and all that. Shh. Your audience members right now, make sure your etiquette is strong. Thank you. All right, so this piece is Theme and Variations. piece of what's called DC al coda, where they have played to the end of the piece, they have to jump back to the beginning, and they stop somewhere in the middle, right, as they go through. Right, DC al fine, not al coda. That was my high school students last week. If you don't know, I also teach at Cross Buns High School. I'm the orchestra director up there too, so I split my time between two schools sometimes. Anyways, I got this concert tomorrow, Thursday band, so I'm gonna make it. All right, so we have Monday's Melody is the title of this piece. It's a little bit slower, but it's in the key of C major, so it gets to show off one of the more difficult keys for you. Here we go. All right, thank you very much. Okay, so our last piece we're going to perform for you is their favorite. It's our longest one here, but it's a piece entitled Colors. It's a full-length piece for them. It's about 100 beats per minute. It showcases different sections: viola 7 moment, violin 7 moment, first, seconds. We have cellos, so lots of different parts kind of layered on top of each other. Next year, as middle school students, they'll be working towards playing more pieces like this. As they go through, and also in middle school they have opportunity for orchestra, they'll have chorus, they have opportunities for bands, and other performance opportunities and things like that as well. All right, so logistically, before we get out of here, before we play this last piece, of course, pictures over here if you've got this set up, if you want to take some photos before you get out this evening. We don't have to reset up all the chairs and stands like we've done before, so thank you admin and teachers, all of you that are here this evening. So you guys be flexible with us over the next couple of days. We have one more concert on Thursday night, so it saves us a lot of time. All right, and then once they're done, so they'll be able to grab their instruments, take them home with them, and students who will not need your instruments tomorrow, so bring them. Okay, all right, we're going to close out our concert with Colors. support the arts. The arts is something that's so important in my life and their lives and in everyone's lives. Of course, if you like to go to movies, listen to music, any of that kind of stuff, it's all here. I have friends that are professionals in the industry and they love it, but of course they depend on our support, especially starting here because all those pros are one day here. So hopefully as we continue up and continue to support that, we will continue to grow the programs on up and up and up and up. So once again, thank you so much for your support this evening. Thank you for coming out, and that's all. All right. And there's another. First row, Valerie. Carefully. Don't forget rock stops, cellos. All right. Violins, violas, that way.